Good afternoon, my name is Tom. I come to you from the Rustic log cabin in Northern Maine. Welcome to the shop today. We're working on a 223 Savage Axis. I just want to say, starting out, is shame on the manufacturers for building such a crappy stock. I like the rifle, it shoots good. It's a 223, I use it for varmint hunting and just plain target practice at the range. But these crappy stocks. I have the Ruger American, same kind of stock, but a lot better front end. And the other thing I don't like is the hollow back. So what I'm here today, we're going to fix this gun. We're going to make it heavier, number one, but we're going to stiffen up the forearm of this thing. This thing floats all over the place when I'm sitting on a bench rest at the shooting range. I hate it, I hate it, I hate it. So anyways, we're going to fix that today. What we're going to use for fixing that is I'm using West System epoxy, but it's only because I have it. I've used it for many years. These cans have been here for probably 15 years. It's just something I keep on the shelf for repairing different things. It's a 50-to-1, 50-50 mixture. So 50% of that, 50% of this. And what it is a one pump. One pump is equal. So when you're mixing it up in a can, it's very easy. Rock height, it's another formula you can mix up. And the reason I don't want to use this back on the stock is because it gets very hot. The more of it you use, the hotter it gets. Up here, I'm filling this with birdshot, number 4. So there's not going to be a whole lot of epoxy up here, so I'm not worried about the heat as much. Back here, I am going to fill this up. Okay, I'm not going to fill the stock with that West System epoxy because of heat. Now there's two other products that I think will do a great job, and I'm going to probably purchase both because I got 3 of these stocks to take care of. So, and it's not a whole lot of money. One of them is rock kite. You can pick it up at Home Depot. It costs $2, $3 a box. The additive to get it going is water. So and we'll do a video on that when I get to doing the stock. That'll probably be later on this week. I don't have the product, so I'm going to run to Home Depot and get one. And then the other product that would probably work really good is Dragon Skin number 10, the soft kind. And that can be purchased online. It's a little bit more money, but you can find it online. So both of them would work back here. What you do is you put tubes in here. I'll get into it further, but you put tubes in there so it doesn't completely fill up. So you don't want to overfill it because of your pad back here. But I want to get rid of that hollow feeling, and I want the gun to be heavier, especially my varmint gun. This is a beautiful shooting rifle, but in my opinion, it's not heavy enough, and the front end stock is just plain terrible. So, done talking about that, so now we'll take the gun apart. I'm going to move it over to a vise, and then that's where I'm going to mount the thing. I'll mix up my stuff, I'll bring you along, and we will go from there. For those of you that want to watch this part, what's in here, I've already been in here and looked at it. It's just one of them projects I've been putting off, but today I decided I needed to make a video for you guys, and I don't like to make crappy videos. I like to give you something to think about and maybe solve a problem. So anyways, this will solve my problem, and it will make it heavier. So we'll take this apart. Hard to do things so it's all on camera for you guys. Camera angle, it's always a nuisance. So there's that part. And here is the stalk. As you can see, that front end is all hollow. It does have these little triangle things. I won't take the back apart today, but what I am going to do is I am going to fill each one of those holes with that number 4 birdshot. And then it's going to follow it up with this. I'm going to tap it a little bit, make sure the air gets out of it. This is a liquid, so it'll run clear to the bottom and there won't be any loose pellets in there. You don't want to overfill it. The very top of them, the very top of these, I doubt very much you can probably see in there, but anyway, the very top of them, you don't want to go higher than that because you do want to have your barrel floating a little bit. So if you put too much in, you're going to mess up your barrel and it's no longer going to be floating. So just keep that in mind when you're putting that in there. If you do try this, stay below that, below the top. So let's go to the vise and have some fun. Alright, I'm set up over here at the vise. Now first thing we got to do is get these BBs down in those holes. I'm sure that there's 100 different ways that you guys can come up with. There's BBs. In case you don't know what that is, that's a number shot, number 4 birdshot. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to squeeze this can together and make me a funnel. Yeah. That levels out the pile. Let's see what it feels like. Oh yeah. Okay. Just a little, I think I'm all set. Maybe I'm not all set. There. So that takes care of that. Now I am going to go and get my epoxy. Give you an idea what it looks like down in there. Alright, my epoxy is all mixed up. It was 3 pumps of resin and 3 pumps of hardener. I did find a nice little cup. So now you give that a good stir. And this stuff doesn't take long to set up. So it's not like 5 minutes, but you don't want to play around either. What I'm going to do is pour it in each one, then I'm going to tap it. And I'm going to tap it with my stick. What you want to do is make sure to get rid of any air pockets. See how this one's building up an air pocket? Oh, you get in there, tap them lead balls around. Again, making sure that they stay firm. That little pocket in the front there is kind of small, so I want to make sure that all that is settled down to the bottom, so we're going to pour in some more. You want the beads completely covered, and that way there won't be any loose ones. Looking really nice. If you notice, we got the triangles. So if this doesn't stiffen this gun up enough, there's another hole right here on each side, 4 more. I'll come back, I won't put any lead out there, but I'll fill it with epoxy. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to let this set up for a few days. Then I'm going to put it back on the gun, and then I'm going to take it to the rifle range. Take it to the rifle range and see how it sits. See how it sits on my rifle rest. Well, that looks good to me. Looking good! Looking good! Country boy will fix all the factory mistakes. Country boy will fix the factories. There's no reason. You know, plastic doesn't cost that much. How come we got a skimp on it? Anybody know the answer to that? You can let me know. Now the very tops of all these, each one of these things got a top. Each one of those is dry as a bone, so no epoxy is above there. So now we just let her sit. Like I said in the beginning of this thing, this does shoot really nice. It's just shame on the manufacturers for building such a crappy stock. Crappy, crappy, crappy. You shouldn't have to go out and buy a quality stock after you purchase a new rifle. That's the way I look at it. So the next time that you see me working on this rifle, I will be working on the butt end of that stock. I am going to head into town tomorrow and pick up some of that Loctite. I'm going to give that a try on this one. Basically because of the cost. It doesn't cost that much. The other one, the dragon skin, that was quite expensive. That was $50 versus $3. So I'm going to try the $3 one first. It looks like it'll take at least a box, maybe 2 boxes, so I'll have $6 tied up into it. It'll make the butt end heavier, and it will stiffen up that hollow pocket that they put back there. I don't know what they want that hollow pocket for. It's almost like they want to put a sleeping bag back there or something. Alrighty. You guys have a great week, and I will see you next time.